if people already have PTSD, do you think, are there ways that this event could be affecting them more so than others, and how might we be able to help them through that?
Yeah, of course. So there's lots of triggers happening now. The world feels out of control. So PTSD often goes back to the sense of the world isn't safe. You can't predict anything. Everything's out of control. So those exiles that are frozen in those times when that was the case are getting aroused now. And when those exiles get aroused, then all the protectors are going to have to mobilize too. And there's legitimate fear. There's legitimate fear that you might lose your job, or that you won't have enough to eat even. So it's hard sometimes for people with that history to see what's legitimate, real in the moment kind of fear that they need to worry about, because all of the other burdens that came from their history are clouding everything and overwhelming them. And so, it's a really hard time for trauma survivors. And then also now the forced social distance and time alone is really hard for many people, because you don't have access to the things that you used to use as distractions from all your exiles. So some people were workaholics, or some people, it's even hard to get enough to eat to binge.
Right.
You have to worry. So in other words, the protectors that you normally rely on aren't available. And then that allows the exiles to start to come up more. And if you couple that with the loneliness that lots of people feel, even if they have a partner, but just the isolation and loneliness that comes with that, then, it's a shit show for a lot of trauma survivors right now.
So what could you say to them who are watching right now, as far as like some strategies and helping to alleviate that? Obviously they could be working with you, they could be, downloading your meditations and, reading more about IFS, but any other just, I don't know, action steps they could take right now to get help?
I did a video for our community in which I had everybody go in and find their scared part and find it in your body and ask it to separate, because this is a time where these scared parts are blending, is what we call it, but overwhelming us sometimes anyway, especially if you have a trauma history. And if it's willing to separate, you'll notice a shift. You'll notice some of that fear energy being pulled out of you a little bit. And if you can get to that place, which again is like mindfulness, where you're just separating from that emotion, rather than just observe it, if you can open your mind to getting to know it and actually caring about it as you might a child who was terrified, just letting it know that you're available and it's not alone, and that you're not a little kid, you can help it, and that you get that this is bringing up a lot for it. And so just that kind of self-compassion goes a long way. And there are, other steps to actually heal it and unburden it, and use this event as what we call a tormenting event, with a hyphen between the tor and the mentor. So by tormenting us, it's bringing up parts we need to heal. So there's a lot of potential healing in this episode if people are willing to do the work. And some of that work is hard to do on your own, but just the separating and noticing and caring about and being with parts means a lot to them if you can do that even in this scary time.